Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to Dr. Muhammad Saiful Islam bin Ismail, our respected lecturer of CTU 351 Fundamentals of Islamic Banking. My name is Muhammad Rashdan bin Hisham and my metric number is 20205776683 from KBA 1194A.
Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Muhammad Haikal bin Rozaimi and I am from KBA 1194A. My metric number is 20203828587.
Hello, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad bin Hafizal. My metric number is 2020-96-1033.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Aliff Najmi bin Yusof and I am from KBA 1194A. In this video, we would like to present you a field study entitled Product Knowledge Among Islamic Bank Customers Towards Tawarruq in Home Financing.
Now, before we jump into the research itself, let's take a look at the introduction of Tawarruq first. I will be explaining the definition of Tawarruq from three different perspectives, which are language, terminology, and Islamic scholars. Then, I will also touch on the issues and problems with Tawarruq. Language-wise, Tawarruq is derived from the Arabic word al-waraq or al-waraka, which means minted dirham or silver coin issued for exchange. This concept assigns it to someone who has a lot of silver coins. Then, the verb tawarruka is pronounced as tawarruq al-haywan, which means the animal at the leaf. However, the Arabic word tawarruq as well as the verb al-waraq are not directly traceable in the language. Linguists did mention al-iraq, which meant becoming wealthy, and al-istiraq, which meant a person seeking dirham or money. To avoid this, the term tawarruq was coined. In terms of terminology, Kuwait Financial House defined tawarruq as a financing arrangement in which the customer receives cash at the end of the arrangement for his needs. The bank must buy goods from suppliers and sell them to customers, becoming second sale. The customer will then sell the goods to another supplier to raise funds, becoming third sale. It is disputed among Muslim scholars that Tawarruq is the most popular product in Islamic banking and finance, particularly in the Gulf Cooperation Council (GCC) countries. And lastly, from Islamic scholars' perspective, classical jurists believe that Tawarruq could have developed Islamic economics, banking, and finance by replacing an older concept that was explicitly forbidden in Islam. Henceforth, now we are moving on to the issues and problems related to Tawarruq. Tawarruq is said to contain usury and hilah, legal stratagem. Many of us are unaware that Islamic banks have long offered Tawarruq. In our country, major issues are impeding the growth of Islamic banking. One of our country's Tawarruq issue is Islamic bank customers' ignorance of product. Lack of exposure to the product is one factor. Clients should be exposed to Tawarruq. Many Islamic bank customers have never heard or have never used Tawarruq. The product is also unknown to some Islamic bank customers themselves. Customers should be fully informed about the Tawarruq contract's content and context by Islamic bank. Now, I would like to highlight two objectives that are emphasized in our research. The first objective is to identify product knowledge among Islamic bank customers towards Tawarruq in home financing. And secondly, to investigate product knowledge among Islamic bank customers towards Tawarruq in home financing.
Now you're back with me again. In this section of literature review, I will compare our chosen main article with three more articles that discuss the main topic, which is Tawarruq. Without further ado, let's head in. Our main article, titled Operationalizing Tawarruq by Islamic Banks in Malaysia, Issues, Challenges, and Way Forward by Yusof Mahmud Al-Jamos, Anas Ahmad Abu Jaish, and lastly Professor Dr. Karinisa Ibrahim. This article attempts to present legal scholars' perspectives and judgments on Tawarruq in the financial system. qualitative analysis is used as a method to research this topic of Tawarruq. This main article found that the resolutions authorizing the practice of Tawarruq insist on the product's true link with the vital trait. The issue that I would like to highlight for this main article is that the customers do not know all the information that is related to Tawarruq product. The first article that I would like to compare with our main article is titled Tawarruq in Malaysia Financing System, a case study on commodity murabah product at Maybank Islamic Berhad by Nasrun bin Muhammad. The focus of this article is to investigate and assess the use of Tawarruq in Malaysia's financial system from a Sharia perspective. While for the research method, the author used qualitative analysis and also deductive, inductive, and comparison approach to analyze the data. The author found that, according to the study's major conclusions, cautious handling of fake elements is essential to reduce the possibility of Sharia non-compliance. Secondly, there are various stages of Tawarruq-based financing where Sharia non-compliance may have an influence on both the financial and non-financial components of the Islamic bank. Thirdly, Maqasid al-Sharia justifies the use of Tawarruq in municipal finance. Major concern that may be identified from this article is the Tawarruq concept in and of itself and how it should go through a process so that customers will have better understanding. Next, the second article titled Tawarruq made by Bank Negara Malaysia, our central bank, intends to define Sharia rulings pertaining to Tawarruq, to outline important operational requirements for Tawarruq implementation, and to encourage end-to-end Sharia compliance, which includes adhering to healthy Islamic banking practices and defending customers' interests. This document uses comparative analysis as method for research. Based on the article, BNM found that it is vital for an Islamic financial institution, IFI, to put in place the necessary appropriate framework and infrastructures to assure that Islamic financial transactions are carried out in line with Sharia law. The issue here for this article is that there is not enough disclosure and transparency to make customers understand better of the concept of Tawarruq. Last article for this section is implementation of Bay al-Tawarruq in Islamic banking and the customer acceptance, authored by Nazri Muhammad and Azizi Abu Bakar. This study is made to evaluate the implementation of the Bay al-Tawarruq contract and the extent to which it has gained client acceptability. Both the authors used qualitative research approaches to finish the study. They discovered that the customer acceptance of Bay al-Tawarruq contract is high, provided they are permissible according to Sharia and approved by Bank Negara Malaysia. After careful reading this article, the issue that may be identified is not all Islamic banking products can be broadly accepted in the majority of the countries due to variances in contract implementation. To further summarize this section, we can conclude that these articles that I just mentioned, their previous research only focus on the contents of the contract Tawarruq and do not focus on the main issue here, which is customers' understanding. That's all from me, and now I will pass the baton to the next presenter.
The qualitative research method was used for this field study. We used the qualitative method by conducting library research as well as interviews with informants. We conducted literature reviews on several articles, journals, and books related to the topic as part of our library research. There is also a comparative approach, as we identify and compare product knowledge among Islamic bank customers regarding Tawarruq in home financing using data from 4 previous studies on the subject as follows. Furthermore, this study also used an interviewing method with 4 informants who are Islamic bank customers. Their product knowledge of Tawarruq can be measured using a set of questions prepared in advance by the researchers. The questions include 4 demographic questions as well as 4 questions about the research objective, which are as follows in the screenshots of the results of the interview.
Finding and discussion. On this part, first of all, based on the result of interview about the Tawarruq product towards the consumer in today's banking world, most of them do not understand more deeper about Tawarruq product, and this become an issue and problem for every banking user in our daily life. Before proceeding with a contract of any type of banking product, they need to understand and research more deeper and clearly about the meaning of each banking product. Also, all the banks need to be responsible and trustworthy in performing their duties as employee. So from that, it can surely avoid from any mistakes, problems, and misunderstanding between the two parties in the future. On the same time, it is possible that the consumer themselves feel unaware and do not want to know and understand more further about the process towards the banking product before continue the contract and agreement of the product. Almost can say that mostly they do not understand about the principle and meaning of Tawarruq product itself. So, there may be some factors that drive consumers who are not very knowledgeable and understand the banking product itself, which is Tawarruq product. The answers from respondent as well, the existence of careless attitude, and because of that, they are not very clear and understand towards the Tawarruq products. And the same results of the interview are also based on the question asked. Just only one consumer that really depend in advance about the banking product because he really recognize about the purpose of each banking product that he use. Therefore, all the banks must be responsible to the users of their banking product in order to avoid any problems from the bank and from the consumers themselves in the future.
I want to summarize the whole thing that Tawarruq's discussion in the context of consumer comprehension is extremely important because while Tawarruq items appear to be simple, the process is time-consuming and complicated. Assume that clients only understand the fundamentals concepts of Tawarruq. It will be challenging to successfully engage them in the process and demonstrate the benefits and drawbacks of a specific financial product. Understanding the facts and data as well as the advantages and disadvantages is essential. Thus, various findings on various aspects of Islamic banking products have also been recorded. Adults and senior citizens use these banking products, but they are unfamiliar with the concept and significance of the products they use on a daily basis. However, 75% of respondents were female and the other 25% were male. 3 respondents understand the product's concept and meaning in general, but they lack comprehensive knowledge of the Tawarruq product. They must be informed and know that each banking product must be examined and understood truly before signing in any contracts or agreements. Only one respondent said he truly understands and improved his understanding of the bank's products. In a nutshell, financing is an important feature of banking activity which entails the provision of funds to satisfy customer demands. Therefore, one of the Sharia compliant procedures is Tawarruq, When it comes to monetary liquidity, Islamic finance relies on this term. From a Sharia point of view, Tawarruq is a contentious contract. Today, it is widely used in Islamic banking in Malaysia. Overall, this study analyzed how many people have come into contact with the Tawarruq contract and their level of expertise when they do. We believe that several issues must be addressed in order to improve product knowledge among Islamic bank customers in the direction of Tawarruq in terms of home financing. Several recommendations are made, including establishing a stricter strategy requiring every bank employee assigned to the contract section to provide more detailed information about Tawarruq and the processes involved, rather than just explaining the basics. In addition to better understanding, this will help them avoid being scorned and misled by some Malaysian banks, which may seem unlikely, but it is possible.